2024. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling 2020 tour. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling, it's our time. Let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Dipscorling, it's our time. Let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Welcome to Dipscorling, let's dive in. Corpus linguistics, where we all begin. Summer course knowledge to explore, unlocking language and so much more. Dipscorling 2024. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling, it's our time. Let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Welcome to Dipscorling, let's dive in. Corpus linguistics, where we all begin. Summer course knowledge to explore, unlocking language and so much more. Dipscorling 2024. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling 2020 tour. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling, it's our time. Let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Dipscorling, it's our time. Let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Welcome to Dipscorling, let's dive in. Corpus linguistics, where we all begin. Summer course knowledge to explore, unlocking language and so much more. Dipscorling 2024. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling, it's our time. Let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Welcome to Dipscorling, let's dive in. Corpus linguistics, where we all begin. Summer course knowledge to explore, unlocking language and so much more. Dipscorling 2024. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling 2020 tour. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling. it's our time, let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Welcome to Dipscorling, let's dive in. Corpus linguistics, where we all begin. Summer course knowledge to explore, unlocking language and so much more. Dipscorling 2024. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling, it's our time. Let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Welcome to Dipscorling, let's dive in. Corpus linguistics, where we all begin. Summer course knowledge to explore, unlocking language and so much more. Dipscorling 2024. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling 2024. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling, it's our time, let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Dipscorling, it's our time, let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Welcome to Dipscorling, let's dive in. Corpus linguistics, where we all begin. Summer course knowledge to explore, so much more.
Hello, Dr. Ide Primadi. You hear me
Hello.
all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm still doing some
Okay.
stuff.
Hope the connection is better this time, right?
Yeah, let's hope so. I'll see you in a moment.
Can you share your screen perhaps and make sure you're always on cam during the summer course session?
Yeah. Let me see.
Mhm.
This one. Share screen. It looks okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Maybe move one or two slides to see whether it's moving all right.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is okay, I think.
Okay.
I shared a quiz on the concordance on Dipscorling social media, but maybe yeah, it has not been seen by many of the participants because I could not see any answer from the participants.
Looks good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, participants are keep increasing. So right now we have 20, but later we are going to have more. We are going to start at 1500 sharp. And while waiting, we are going to play our promotional video. So please stand by and remain on cam.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and participants from around the globe, good morning and welcome to the Dipscorling Summer Course on Corpus Linguistics, Dipscorling 2024. We are thrilled to have you join us for this exciting and enriching event. This summer course offers a unique opportunity for scholars, researchers, and students to delve into the fascinating world of corpus linguistics. Dipscorling 2024 features an exceptional lineup of keynote speakers, each a luminary in the field of corpus linguistics. We are honoured to welcome Dr. Joyce Lim from Aston University, UK. Dr. Lim's groundbreaking work in discourse analysis and corpus linguistics has significantly advanced our understanding of language use in various contexts. Her insights and research contributions are invaluable to our community. Dr. Niall Curry from Manchester Metropolitan University, UK. Dr. Curry's expertise in language teaching and learning, combined with his innovative approach to corpus-based research, has made substantial impacts on the field. We eagerly anticipate his perspectives on the latest trends and applications in corpus linguistics. Yede Primahadi Wijaya Rajek, PhD from Oxford University, UK, and Udayana University, Indonesia. Dr. Primahadi's interdisciplinary research, bridging cognitive linguistics and corpus studies, offers a profound understanding of language patterns and cognitive processes. His work is a testament to the power of corpus linguistics in unraveling the complexities of human language. Prihantoro, PhD from Diponegoro University, Indonesia. As a prominent figure in the Indonesian linguistic community, Dr. Prihantoro's research on Indonesian language corpora and sociolinguistics provides crucial insights into language variation and use in Indonesia. His contributions have been instrumental in advancing corpus-based studies in the region. This year's summer course has attracted more than 100 participants from diverse corners of the world, including the UK, USA, Egypt, China, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, Poland, and many more. This international representation underscores the global relevance and appeal of corpus linguistics. Your presence here is a testament to the vibrant and dynamic nature of our field. Throughout the course, you will engage in workshops, lectures, and collaborative projects designed to deepen your understanding and application of corpus linguistic methods. Our goal is to create an environment that fosters learning, innovation, and collaboration, paving the way for new discoveries and advancements in our field. We are confident that Dipscorling 2024 will be a memorable and transformative experience for all participants. We encourage you to take full advantage of the opportunities presented, network with fellow participants and speakers, and immerse yourself in the stimulating academic atmosphere. Once again, welcome to Dipscorling 2024. Let us embark on this journey of exploration and discovery together. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and participants from around the globe, good morning and welcome to the Dipscorling Summer Course on Corpus Linguistics, Dipscorling 2024. We are thrilled to have you join us for this exciting and enriching event. This summer course offers a unique opportunity for scholars, researchers,
Hello everyone! Welcome to Dipscorling 2024 Day 4. My name is Rani.
And I'm Arin.
And we will be your hosts for today's session. We thank you for all of your enthusiasm and also passion during the first 3 days of Dipscorling 2024. And we're hoping that you're going to participate actively as well in all sessions up to Day 5.
A brief review of our courses so far. In Day 1, we have learned Introduction to Corpus Linguistics and Corpus Query Systems with Dr. Joyce Lim from Aston University, United Kingdom. And then in Day 2, we learned about Introduction to Corpus Query Techniques with Dr. Niall Curry from Manchester Metropolitan University, UK. And then yesterday, we learned about Introduction to Frequency List and Concordance with Dr. Gede Primahadi Wijaya Rajek from University of Oxford, UK, and Udayana University, Indonesia.
And on today's session, Dr. Gede Primahadi is still here with us to discuss all about collocation. So feel free to participate as much as possible on the discussion session and ask your question if you have any kind of questions. So first, let's welcome Dr. Gede Primahadi Wijaya Rajek. Hello, Dr. Primahadi. How are you today?
Hello, I'm good. How are you? Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, we're actually good too. Okay,
All
so
right.
okay, thank you so much, Doctor. So I think now we will hand over the session to Dr. Gideo Primahadi. So Dr. Primahadi, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the MC, and also welcome back to the participants to this session. Let me go and share the screen. So what I'm going to do now is, as before, I will provide a brief overview about collocation, and then we move on to the practice. There will be some practice. I hope it's not too difficult, but this is the moment where I like to talk about the practice and listening from you all about your answer to those questions. And so now the materials that I have or am delivering at the moment are already complete on the GitHub for this summer school, and I can share the link later on. But yeah, so everything now is in place. So the slides as well as the practice sheets. Okay, so I will talk a bit about the history of collocation and also some basic notion, and two methodological perspective on identifying collocation. Why is collocation useful? So this second and third points will be apparent in the practice that we are going to do. And then, yeah, so only three conceptual points that I'm going to discuss today. So the notion of collocation is first used by John Firth in the 1950s, where when he proposed this idea, meaning by collocation. And according to him, collocation is like a company for a particular word, habitual company for a particular word. It's like your bestie in real world. Okay, so your bestie typically goes wherever you go. So that's the analogy. And then, but it's not just about juxtaposition of the word, but also mutual expectancy between one word and another word that goes together. And then now, in the modern days of corpus linguistics, John Firth's idea is integrated into what is called as Neo-Firthian corpus linguistics. What is this in general? So the leading figure in Neo-Firthian corpus linguistics is John Sinclair. And the basic idea that is proposed by Sinclair here is combining John Firth's idea about collocation with a computer-assisted method, which is corpus linguistics. So now, in Neo-Firthian corpus linguistics, the idea of collocation becoming more concrete and more operationalable. Okay, can be measured, not just conceptual ideas. So that is what is revolutionary in this movement. And there are two central approaches in Neo-Firthian corpus linguistics: collocation and discourse. I'm not expert in discourse, so I'm not going to talk about discourse today. And the key idea in collocation is that collocation is used as an approximate for meaning of word, whereby in this Neo-Firthian corpus linguistics, the idea of meaning of a word doesn't exist in isolation. So the meaning of a word usually part of the features of another word that this word typically occur with. So that's the idea of meaning by collocation. And we will see how it plays out in the practice session later on. So as a broad definition that is adopted in modern corpus linguistics, collocation is co-occurrence patterns that we observe in corpus data. So that is the broad definition. Now the question is that how is this co-occurrence identified? What do we mean by co-occurrence between whatever in the corpus data? In general, there are two broad methodological operational perspectives to identify or to operationalize what we mean by co-occurrence. And the first perspective that is proposed is collocation via concordance. We have seen concordance before, and if you remember the last discussion about touch, when I asked you to find recurrent pattern of touch in the concordance, you do manual scanning of the concordance line to see a pattern like a touch of something, all right? So that something is the occurrence that you identify manually by looking at the concordance lines of the node word that you analyze. And of course, this requires some kind of, analytical skill and also some kind of linguistic skill to know, okay, this is a noun phrase that goes together with this node word. And this is exemplified in John Sinclair's classic study about naked eye, where he analyzed just the concordance line and analyzed that line to see patterns of usage of this phrase, naked eye. So in my experience, I do this collocation via concordance, and typically I will focus on syntactically relevant words in relation to the target words that I study. So when you want to study like metaphoric construction, like what I have been doing, the computer doesn't know which one is metaphoric and which line correspond to certain construction that express metaphoric meaning. For that problem, we need to do it manually, okay? And including when we try to analyze the more conceptual, the more conceptual metaphor that is extracted from the linguistic expressions. So that is the first method or the first perspective, collocation via concordance. And then the second more modern approach is that collocation via significance. So via significance here is statistical significance that you may have known from any corpus tools that you have used, such as Ancong or Sketch Engine. So this is a more measurable definition and method to identify collocation, to determine, okay, this is collocation because the frequency by which these two words occur is statistically more frequent than what we would expect by chance. Okay. Mainly, if you see in the corpus tool, this kind of collocation identification via significance, they typically ignore syntactic relations. So if you know, they typically capture words within the span of certain number of words to the left or right of the node that you study. So in that case, it really ignores whether the word to the right of the node is really the subject or not. It's not really clear because it's just using linear sequence of the words around the target word that you study. But we will see one feature in Sketch Engine that is now sensitive enough to syntactic relation or grammatical patterns of the target word. There is also a method that uses statistics, but also includes a syntactically oriented analysis when they determine this collocation. The method that is called constructional analysis, it involves looking at which word is typical for certain abstract grammatical pattern like the ditransitive syntactic pattern, what kind of verbs is typically occur in that kind of syntactic slot. So that is also involves manual inspection of the data usually, unless we have a corpus that has syntactic annotation. The one that we have seen so far in Sketch Engine is that we have tagging or annotation that refers to the word class of the word, but not really the syntactic pattern of the word, not really the sentence type of the sentence in the corpus. That is the kind of syntactic annotation that could be helpful when we want to do constructional analysis. And luckily in Sketch Engine, there is a click of a button feature, namely word sketch, where we can find collocation within grammatical context. That also include some kind of significance or statistical measurement. Okay, right. Why collocation is useful? Why it is a big deal in corpus linguistics? If we go back to the first point number one, John's first idea was to use occurrence of word as an approximate of meaning. And that is the first use of collocation, to detect different senses of a word based on its collocate types. So if we maybe learn from our undergrad degree that meaning is determined by context, so collocation is one measurable and operationalable context to determine the different meanings of a word. Such as, for instance, when you are asked, what is the different sense or different meaning of deep? Okay, we can consult the corpus and then see the kind of context in which deep occurs and the kind of word that deep occur with in the corpus, such as deep water maybe is the literal meaning of deep. Yeah, it's a physical spatial sense of deep. But when you say something like deep breath, could be spatial, maybe not. Okay, it's not really you have a breath that is very deep, but also deep understanding is not literal meaning. Okay, so this kind of occurrence allows us to postulate or analyze different sense or meaning of a word, which is now is helped with the presence of large corpora and tool like Sketch Engine. Another usefulness of collocation is to reveal phraseology of a given word that you are interested in. And this is facilitated by either the word sketch feature. So phraseology is like multi-word expression, like deep understanding. That is a phrase. And because they occur so frequent, so we can see they are making themselves as a phrase. There is also a tool that is called n-gram tool. That is another kind of realization of current concept, according to these authors. And we will see that we will practice with n-gram as well as word sketch later on. For example, we could find out what are the phrases that typically occur with words such as soldier, in the corpus. And I think this is an n-gram feature that I use. All right. While waiting, I will continue. Yeah, that was it took a long time when I generate this n-gram before, so I will just leave it there. Another useful,
Yes, just to let you know that
Yeah.
sketch engine is quite slow when it
Yeah.
comes to processing a lot of data. In
Yeah.
some other system, if you are in information system, so they create a cache. So if another user has requested that, they are going to keep that for a moment in a separate as a separate file. And if another users request the same outcome, then they are going to pick that quickly instead of reprocessing from all the corpus. Sorry to interrupt. So I think that's a fun fact.
Yeah, that's interesting. But anyway, that's what we have if we do it online. So we just need to wait for the stuff. So here it is, the phrase n-gram word sequence, word occurrence that includes solder, and then of course these are a lot of data, and we need to process to find the more meaningful phrases for this word. This is meaningful, for instance, solder injury, solder to solder, right? So we can find phrases like this using co-occurrence in broader sense. What do I do here? Okay, to detect variation in the patterns of words that express the same meaning, like near synonyms. Okay, this is typical way to differentiate between near synonyms, and I think sketch engine has a feature that is called word sketch difference that we can use to distinguish near synonyms. For instance, what is the difference between happiness and joy in English? We can use the word sketch difference that I think has been introduced on the first day briefly. Okay, so here is again going over what has been introduced on the first day. Comparison between happiness and joy in terms of their word occurrences, and then this also includes information about syntactic relation with the target words that we compare. So this column, for instance, shows which verbs are typical for happiness when happiness is an object versus joy as an object. So that if you see the red one, so the red one indicates that the words here are typical of joy, and we can see that as well roughly from the frequency. Okay, so values on the right indicates the frequency of these collocates with joy, because joy is on the right side. And this is for happiness, okay? So there are more occurrences, or people more frequently say pursue happiness than joy, but there are more rediscover joy than rediscover happiness. This is also implicitly indicates phraseology, which kind of verb phrase typically occur with words that have the same meaning like happiness and joy. Okay. Right, obtaining profile of semantic field of a word. For example, Susan Hanston here illustrate with the word bribe and bribery. So the basic idea is to look at the collocates like this one, like in the, is it here? No. Word sketch like this, for instance, looking at the collocates of deep, for instance, and then the semantic field profile here means that we group certain collocates into certain semantic category, such that we know, okay, so for deep, it typically occurs with words from this semantic domain as well as from that semantic domain. So one example here is based on my student undergraduate thesis, very simple study, comparing near synonyms like happiness and joy, but here angry and mad. And what we want to look at here is what are the nouns that typically occur with angry and mad. So we predict that the noun here is the experiencer, the person who feels angry and or mad. Okay. So this is the pattern that we search for. And then we group this. These are all collocates that can occur with either mad or angry in corpus of contemporary American English. And then when we group this into semantic fields using this semantic catalog, Concepticon, we can see, for instance, the typical collocates of angry involve nouns that refers to kinship relationship, like angry dad, angry wife, but not so much with mad. Okay, so these are the idea of what Hunston said, the profile of semantic field of a word. Of course, this graph requires further processing, but I hope you get the idea that when you can see certain words, let's say like word sketch here, occur with either joy or happiness, we can then group those words that are typical for each of those words into certain semantic groups to reveal a broader semantic landscape of these two near synonyms. Okay. Yeah, so if you go and read Susan Hanston book, she provided examples of bribe and bribery in English. Okay, the semantic field profile of the collocates of bribe and bribery. All right. So those are some usefulness of collocation for language study. And that's all. So for the introduction, now let me do some kind of demo to illustrate again briefly this feature in Sketch Engine that has something to do with co-occurrence, word co-occurrence. Of course, the most popular one is word sketch, where you get something like so many buttons here with this Zoom screen sharing. So this is the output of word sketch when you type in certain lemma here, like deep. Okay, you type in go, and then you will have this output. Now it is up to us to interpret this in connection again with our research question. Okay, whether we want to look at the nouns that modify that are modified by deep, or whether we want to look at deep in coordinating construction like deep and or something. Okay, so there should be a motivation on how we analyze this lot of current information in certain syntactic relation. Okay, and you can also see here that there is information about the text type of the in which this occurrence typically appears. Concentrated in culture and entertainment, for instance, concentrated in hobbies. So that is the text type of English Web 2021, whereby little modifies deep. Okay, so that is also useful text type information that we can get from WordSketch. And you can, as usual, download as well, with this button, and you can customize any kind of information that you want to see from this output in the view option. I don't know what they are, so most of them, but we can be assisted by this information section here. Okay. Oh, show senses. Let me try this one. I've never tried this. That's interesting. So we don't need to do our linguistic job to identify senses because now a computer could help. But hopefully what is going out from this option is making sense, okay? But in any case, you can, of course, do your own semantic analysis from this output. All right, so what is this subject of possession? Thanks for the question. Yes, I could. So basically, let me stop this. So how do we interpret this? So remember our word is deep, that is our node. So when the output says modifiers of deep, that means these words here in this column, they occur with deep in the modifying relation. Okay, so little is modifier of deep in the phrase little deeper. So this is an adjectival phrase, little deeper, somewhere deep. Okay, that's modifier, a surprisingly deep, blah, blah, blah. So that is the syntactic relation that frame the occurrence of your target word with the collocates. Okay. Another example is, for instance, like this verbs complemented by deep. So this indicates what verb typically occur with deep when that verb is complemented by deep. So this is a complex transitive structure. Okay, bury something deep. This is transitive construction, bury object, and then this is the complement of the verb. So that's what it means. And of course, this is the linguistic part that we need to be aware of when we interpret this quantitative output of the sketch of the word, the profile, the occurrence profile of the word. Okay. This one means nouns modified by deep. That means what are the nouns that typically modify by deep in the noun phrase construction. Okay, like a deeper understanding, a deep dive into. But what we also need to be aware of is that what we search is a lemma. So lemma is an abstract form of a more concrete form, like deep can be deep, deeper, or deepest. So this is the word sketch abstract away from that more specific word forms, and we can see the more specific form of the lemma deep from this example snippet that is given here, a deeper understanding. Okay. Is there any deepest? I don't see that one. Okay. So I hope that answer the question. Yeah. So that should be there should be motivation about what kind of syntactic relation that you are looking at when we try to find occurrence of a word, like the angry mad study that my student did. So we want to know whether this kind of feeling, angry and mad, can be used or attributed to the same kind of noun, the same kind of experiencer. So that is the kind of theoretical research question motivation on why we only focus on angry/mad noun pattern, for instance. Okay, because that is a more revealing noun phrase construction where we can extract differences between these near synonyms. Okay, so that is word sketch, occurrence of a word that includes elements of syntactic relation between those occurrences. There is word sketch difference as well, which works like the word sketch, but now we involve comparison between words that have the same meaning or that have contrastive meaning, like black and white, for instance, or hot and cold. Okay. And like the concordance, it also has advanced feature, okay, where you can specify the part of speech of the lemma that you search, like touch yesterday, for instance. Touch can be noun and a verb. So if you only want to compare touch and I don't know what is the other one, touch and hit maybe, only as a verb, so you can specify that here. Okay, his sketch engine give me the comparison of touch as a verb versus hit as a verb. Okay, and then hit go. Or you don't care about the part of speech of the lemma, you just go with the basic, just type touch and then hit, and then sketch engine will work out the comparison between these words in this syntactic relation as well. Okay. So if you read this one, verbs with touch and hit as object, that means sketch engine shows us in this column that the comparison is made when touch and hit appear as a noun, because only noun can fill an object relation. And these are the verb that typically occurs with touch as a noun. And these are verbs that typically occur with hit as a noun. Okay. Can we find touch as a verb? Wow. Touch hit is a touch. So this is also a noun use of touch. I wonder where they provide us information about touch something. About touch. Okay, so this is to touch, to hit. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what this means. Soft to touch. Okay, so I think this means something is soft to touch. Something is classic to hit. Okay, that kind of thing. I think that's what it means by this relation. Well, apparently there are many columns and long list of results that we can explore. All right. So that's word sketch different. And n-gram is this one. So n-gram also looks at word sequence, uninterrupted word sequence that can contain either from 2 word sequence, okay, up until 6 that sketch engine provides us. And if you go with basic, that means, let me change this into brown so that we have a smaller corpus. So if you go with basic, that means it will generate all word sequence in the corpus. If we hit go, like 2 word sequence, it will generate any word sequence and its frequency in the corpus. Okay. So that is the basic. If we go with advanced, we can specify whether we want to have the specific word form, or the lemma, or sequence of tagging. Okay. That can be done in the advanced. And let's say we stick with word, and I want 3 n-gram. And then let's say I want the n-gram start with certain letter or contain this letter. Okay. G8, I don't know what it will produce. So this will generate 3 n-gram, 3-word sequence containing G8s. Now, could you predict where in this 3-word sequence G8s will appear? Is it in the first words or in the middle words or in the third? I don't know the answer as well, so let's check. All right, so the G8s can appear in any of the first, second, or I think third word, right? So that is very very broad search, and you could try with whatever search you want. So this is our criteria before. And what is interesting here is that we can make our search more specific when we specify that we want the sequence start with particular word. Okay, so let's say this is 3-word sequence, and when we specify starting with certain word, we need to type in that word here. Let's say thought. Okay, so this 3-word sequence should start with thought. So what that means is that I think thought should appear only in the beginning. Okay. Right. So as usual, there is a different. I mean, there is also option on how you can view the results and download the results and or filter the results. But now let's do the practice. So we have around an hour and 30 minutes or so for practice, which is great. So we know the basic of how to run certain tools. WordScats different. We did that the concordance last time, as well as n-grams. So let's see the exercise first. Let's do the collocation via concordance first. So what you need to do for this is that, of course, for this exercise, you need to go to the concordance tool and generate a random occurrences of this word endanger. But only with the small letter endanger. Okay, or whatever you get. Just don't think too hard about this one. Okay, so just try get a sense of what it means to do collocation via concordance. And what you should do is find out any syntactically relevant collocates of endangered. Pay attention to the part of speech of endangered. Okay, if you remember the show tag option in the concordance, you could use that. And then when you pay or when you identify collocates in certain syntactic relation, pay attention to what kind of part of speech the endangered is appearing in the concordance. Now the question that should be answered is that what kind of entity that gets endangered in whatever corpus that you use. Okay, and because we know endangered can be verbal or participial adjectival, what are the proportion of these two tags? Okay, and okay, let's do it, and let's discuss your answer in say 7 minutes or so. if you think 50 are too many, okay, you can reduce it to say just 20 or 30. Okay, this is just for you to get a sense of what is concordant, sorry, collocation via concordance. I hope you can get access to the practice sheet for today.
Yeah, I have already shared
Oh, yeah.
the direct link. I think you forgot to
Yeah,
write them on the Google Docs.
yeah, sorry about that. So let me
Yeah, it's
share.
okay. I have already shared them. Maybe share them once again.
Yeah, here in the chat, I will share the PDF for this exercise. Okay, yeah, here we go.
Yes, that's the practice sheet.
Yeah.
Mm.
And after that, we will try the phraseology aspect of collocation using n-gram. Oh, what is the corpus? Well, originally I should say something here, but I forgot. So I'm sorry about that. So I should say you can use any corpus that you want. If Brown doesn't have enough tokens of endangered, you can try B and C or any English corpora that is available. The point here is that we do collocation via concordance. Yeah. It would be interesting if anyone used different, I mean, if each of you uses different corpora and we hear results from people that use different corpora, okay, whether the results are the same.
I'm just wondering how Sketch Engine will work for agglutinative languages. So by agglutinative here, I mean language in which commas are not used to separate words, or not aggressively, maybe like in Arabic or Turkish,
Yeah.
perhaps, yeah? Or maybe Japanese. Yeah. Is there anyone from Japan here? I don't think so. Or
Yeah,
syllabaries, not syllabaries, or logographic languages like in Mandarin.
Mm.
Yes, I'm just wondering because they don't use comma to separate. Don't no, comma, no, space. I meant space. They don't use space to separate words.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if you play with agglutinative languages, so maybe you can share your findings with us.
Me?
No, if any of the participants play
Oh,
with
okay.
a sketch
I
engine on different languages, particularly agglutinative languages, yeah, maybe you can share with us. Because I have never tried that in sketch engine before. I'm working on Japanese language now with a team in my university. Maybe when the project is completed, we can find out. But at the moment, we haven't reached to creating that corpus yet in sketch engine.
All right, so it's already 5 minutes at least. And let's discuss in 2 or 3 minutes or so. Whatever you find and how many you find, let's just discuss that. Okay. I would like to know how easy it is to find collocation manually by looking at concordance. Meaningful collocation. And also how much or how many do you get within a short span of time. Okay, a lot of endangered species from BNC. Thank you, Muhammad. Yeah. So how many lines did you look at, if I may know? Okay, so that is a lot of endangered species. So what are other syntactically relevant collocates of endangered? I know, for instance, endangered and species maybe appear, say, 30 times. There must be other endangered noun collocation that appears. I don't know whether there are, but that is also syntactically relevant occurrence in the corpus, even though the tokens are not many, but in terms of type, it makes sense. It's a valid noun phrase occurrence. Okay, so that is BNC. Endangered plants. Wow, interesting. From which corpus, Arena? Endangered plus animal, BNC. Yeah. All right, so endangered species, that is a very, if we call it hypernym label for like more specific noun like salmon or rhino and also certain kind of plants. Okay. Right. Great. I like this. So endangered plus animal. Yeah, so that is already an abstraction from what we see from concrete realization of that. Okay, endangered indigenous language. Yeah, obviously wildlife lives and communities from BNC. Endangered fish. Okay, so it is good if you can provide an abstraction, something as an adjective in yeah, that's a good point, Ling Feng, and that's I think what is it discussed on the second day, where post tag can have noise. It's not fully 100% correct. So that is also up to us as a linguist to identify whether this is a correct post tag, and we may fix that. Yeah. Incidentally take endangered species. Yeah, definitely. So that should be adjectival endangered species. So thank you for sharing this one. Now, if we are faced with this kind of situation, this is where us as a linguist need to make decision. Okay, so this is adjective according to my analysis. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Arif, for sharing. All right, so is it easy to do collocation via concordance so far? How difficult it is? I hope it is not too difficult. Seems straightforward. Yeah. All right. It's good to know. At some point, it's not that straightforward. Yeah, but we need to analyze. So that is the analysis part for the concordance. So the concordance just show you the materials, and you need to analyze that qualitatively. So that is why the idea of John Sinclair's naked eye analysis with the concordance, he did the analysis like what you just did today. Okay, that is great. That is, I think, great realization of what corpus linguistic actually is, because it is not just about a click of a button and we are done. I think that is part that is too much glorified from corpus linguistics rather than the linguistic parts when we analyze the corpus data itself. Okay, so I think we can move on to the next exercise unless there is a question from participants for exercise 1. Okay, so 10 seconds, no comments. So I think we can move on. Yeah, still need time to understand the tag set. Yeah, I rarely use tag set for this. But yep, there is a good information from Sketch Engine, I think, help page that explains about tag set. And I don't really memorize tag set. Usually I just open the information page and see what is the tag for this. All right. Thank you everyone for participating in the first practice. Let's go. Yeah, tag set manual. So you will use the advanced tab of the n-grams. Where is the n-grams? Here it is. The advanced tab. And then say you are interested in multi-word expression from 3 up to 4 words that revolve around the word shiny. Okay. So look at this instruction. This is intentionally not explicit instruction to let you think about what I mean by revolve around the word shiny. So that means, if I may reveal the hint, is that this multi-word expression should contain shiny anywhere it is in these 3 to 4 words expression. That's the idea. So for that, what should you do? Okay, what kind of query that you need to give Sketch Engine so that you get multi-word expressions with shiny. That's the first thing. And before we go to this aspect, I want to see your input query for generating the multi-word expression with shiny. Let me stop sharing screen, and or if you want to share on the chat, that also fine. That's also fine. Anyone has figured out the kind of setting in the query that you need to do to generate n-gram with the word shiny? Is it like this? I'm sorry, Intan, that it's not like that. The search. Okay, so this is the outcome from Muhammad. Yep, the outcome is correct. But I want to know what you input. What is the setting to get that results? We will discuss the answer, Intan, so don't worry. Let's see. Yep, containing words. That's the thing that we need to use. Because containing, what is that? Letters? Letters only letters. But that's a good, it's worth trying. Maybe Intan could share the results, what you get when you include letters shiny compared to, sorry, containing letters versus containing word. What is the result? Could someone, my search was using containing word, but I've never thought before you could try shiny with containing letters. If anyone can share what is the output of containing letters with shiny. Okay, here it is. Okay, is it the same with Muhammad? Let me check. Sorry, what is that? Oh, BNC 16th, and that one. The same. Wow. Yeah. So that means, yeah, that means they interpret that as a word. I wonder if we input different kind of letters, that is not a complete word. So like shiny looks like a complete word, but I wonder if we input word that can be partial. Yeah, just curious. A shiny new. All right, so let's say this is interesting because when you put containing letters and word, you get the same output. I want to check if we use containing, let's say I want to find an n-gram with the word new, okay, new, but I want to do that using containing letters, new. Let's see what happens. Okay, I will restrict this to 3, okay, just to make things quick. Yeah, just leave it brown.
Mhm.
All right, so the tricky part here is that you get new as well, which is not what I want. I only want new like this. So when we use containing letters, Sketch Engine interpret that letters as a sequence of just letter. It's not really word like this one. Okay. So there we have it, Sketch Engine. So you just need to do the containing word and type in new, and then we will not get new as the past form of no. I would believe, yeah, there is no. So perhaps in the corpus that Intan used, apparently the sequence of letters shiny is just the word shiny. It's not like shiniest or something like that, which is of course will not be captured with the letter shiny. But for word like new, where this string is also component of another word like new, the past tense form of no, you will get that past form of no as well. All right. So this is a good exercise in a way to check whether we can really use containing letters where we only want the word. Okay. Yeah. we can use regex. So that's what we have, I think, in the next part. Okay, so let's say you do the containing word shiny. Okay. Sorry. So that should be 3 or 4. Oh yeah, it's in the brown. I should go with this one. Yep. What is that output? So there is question from Hyrule. Yes, there is no word, at least as far as I know, there is no English word as its I. So that's why you don't get the results when you put SHI as part of word, but SHI is part of a larger word like relationship or shining as well. Okay, that's correct. Oh yeah, I think maybe because this is. Okay, can we move on to this aspect of the first task? Identify the occurrence of shiny with another word within nominal coordination construction. So this is B and C. Yeah, very little frequency of shiny here. Thank you, you use Freya. Now, could you find out what are the occurrence of shiny in nominal coordination construction? Sorry, it should be adjectival coordination. Shiny, and then in coordination construction. If you don't know what is coordination construction, is construction that includes and or, like shiny and something or something and shiny. What are the occurrence with in that construction with the word shiny? Can anyone share? Like in Yusrea output, for instance, we see in the chat, we see nice and shiny, bright and shiny, okay? Smooth and shiny as well. So that is the occurrence in coordination construction. Okay, can we move on to the second exercise? Find multi-word expression containing 3 words, not 3 or 4, but only 3 words. And then the expression is ended with words containing the suffix ly. How would you do this? Oh, collocation. Can anyone share how they do the query for question number 2? Yeah, so yeah. How would you do that? Okay, thanks, Arina. So how would you do that in the n-gram here. We want a 3-word n-gram ending with letters. Yep, that's the correct choice. So 3-word n-gram ending with letters ly, because the question is that the expression is ended with words that contain the suffix ly. So yeah, so the word at the end should have ly string. Okay, so that's exactly what I intend to have as the answer for this part. Thank you, Hairul. Yep, also Muhammad for sharing the answer. So let's see, what are these words? Okay. Yep. In the early of the family was the only. Right. Thank you, King Yan, for sharing the answer. Yeah, so these are the 3 words. Well, it actually include 4, but anyway, that end with word has ly at the end. But not really, is it, did I ask suffix? Yeah. In technical sense, the results that if the participant look at the result from King Yan, not all sequence ends with word that has suffix ly. Thank you, Intan, as well. Like word like only, for instance. Let me see. Word like yeah, word like only, the ly here is not the suffix, okay, but only this one is relevant, likely because ly is the suffix. Okay, so even we get the output from whatever we input in the query, maybe the output doesn't really reflect what we want. Like we don't want only because ly here is not the suffix. That's for instance. So we still need to later on say, if you save this into Excel, you still need to remove irrelevant results from this as an example. Okay. All right. So this shouldn't be too difficult. Number 3, find multi-word expression containing the word talk. So this, we are still in the n-gram section. But you want talk to initiate the expression. Okay, this should be straightforward. The query for this one. I would love to hear your query and also the results. Any issue with point number 3? I think should be straightforward. Number 4 is quite a challenge, I think. Number 3, yes, Khairul. Number 3, yeah, starting with word talk, exactly. So that's how we do it, number 3. So it's not too difficult, I guess. How about number 4? Okay. Ling Fang is sharing something. Yep. Talk, yes, exactly. That's the results. What do I do here? Okay, so now for number 4, thank you, Yusreya. Yep, talk always appears as the first word. That's correct. Okay, let's do number 4. Let's see. This is a more challenging a bit and requires some kind of thinking, but don't think too hard. Okay. The point here is still finding occurrence in the context of not statistical co-occurrence, but just like word sequence in n-gram. What we want is that, let's say you want to find any trigram or 3-word n-gram that has this pattern, any word and any word. Okay, like bright and shiny, dark and shiny and so on, but not really shiny, but it's just the pattern is any word and then any word. So do you think n-gram feature allows you to do this? So let's discuss this first. Anyone has an opinion? I would like to hear. If what I mean by this, okay, in this point, is that the n-gram features of sketch engine doesn't have option that I want n-gram that in the middle of that n-gram of the 3-word n-gram has this word, for instance. There is no middle option, only starting and ending. But one of the features that you want, let's say in your research question, is that there is a specific word in the middle of the n-gram. And you want to find out that not really we can put ladies and gent. That is a specific search. You already specify any word with ladies and then the second any word with gentlemen. What we want is that we want to get any word plus n plus any word. It's not just ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Can we use matching regular expression? Indeed. So that is the one of the first answers. So we can use the n-gram here, matching regular expression. Okay. Where you can have a more flexible search for whatever you want. Okay. Indeed, matching regular expressions, that's true. If you know regular expression, we can do that as well. But what if you don't know regex, but you do know, let's say sketch engine gives us CQL builder, okay? But that is not in the n-gram. Actually, it's in the concordance. So I want to comment on use Freya answer first. Containing. So if containing, if we use containing word n, that will get you the sequence where n appears in the beginning, as well as in the middle, as well as in the end, because that's what contains means, not in the middle. Anywhere in the beginnings or at the end of the n-gram, you will get n. But the first point is that we use the regular expressions. And this is something that we should learn. And you can do people admitting participants into the room? So what we could do is that we could type in, let me talk about this later on. Okay, and then n So what this means is that this is a word boundary regex. So the word is /b, and this is a character class that we want any letter from A until Z, one or more, okay, one or more plus signs, one or more letters within the word boundary. So that's why we close this with this part, white space, and the target word in the middle, and this one. Okay. Thank you, Arina, for sharing the link to the guide for regex. But the main point here is that I think Anna has provided the answer that we can use the matching regular expression. That's the key from this exercise. Okay. What the regex is, that is another matter. So this is the regex. And when we hit go, sorry, it will take a long time. I will change the corpus into brown. And then matching regular expressions, type that again. Okay. So we get this word and word back and forth, something like that. Okay. So yeah, there we go. Who is it? Taat Budiono. Thank you, Taat Budiono, for sharing. Please write the code here. Yep. I can share this to the chat. The regex, okay. But the key to regex is when you later on practice building the code and test this in the corpus. All right, so that one solution where you get to use matching regular expressions and then type in the regex here and hit go, and you get the results directly with the frequency. Okay. The second approach is that you can use concordance, our main corpus tool, to do this. And of course, you can use the CQL, sorry, builder to create word, for instance, or noun, for instance, followed by an, followed by another noun, for instance. But of course, you will need to work out and cross-tabulate that frequency of the node that you search. Okay. But I think to save time, because there is already matching regular expressions, better learn regex, and then you can play around here in this feature in Ngram. Okay. So well done. Everyone has passed until the second exercise. So yeah, there is not an explicit. What I mean by explicit here is a click feature, like starting with or starting with letters feature that you can just click. But we could find a workaround with this issue with a more of course, a bit challenging feature like regex. And anyone doing corpus linguistic, in my opinion, must know how to write regular expression, because that is very crucial to have. Okay, shall we continue to this one? So this is this task. So this task is contextualized within the concept of semantic field in co-occurrence of word. So that is the context. And you want to know the semantic landscape of lexical verbs that express certain action towards the body part in the pattern like verb, pronoun in the body part noun, like poke somebody in the eye, like this one. Okay. So these are the 3 points. Profile of semantic field of collocates, in this case, the verb as well as the body part noun. Of course, the body part is provided here, but what kind of verbs that you find, okay? The role of collocation to find phraseology of a word. So this is a phrase, yeah, verb phrase. Do something in the body part of somebody, and also corpus query, right? And this is the list of body part that you can use to search. Now, let's say you have this idea, okay? You have this kind of research question about phraseology of body part and action verb. How would you translate that kind of inquiry, theoretical inquiry, into operational query in Sketch Engine? Okay, you start with a research question, now you go to the tool. What corpus tool would you use? Let's stop here first and think about what can you use. Okay, anyone wants to give answer to this? Remember, we want to find verb, lexical verb, followed by a pronoun and preposition in determiner the plus noun of body part. Okay, I'm looking forward to hearing your answer for this, the one that I highlight. Any idea? What tool would you use? Somebody would like to share? Could you please share the links of exercise? Yeah, I have lost the data because of network issue. All right, so I will wait with that sharing thing. Is it concordance? Yes, indeed. It is concordance, 100%. So you use concordance for this task. Well done. Thank you, April Perez. All right, so we know that we want to use concordance at the moment. Great. Now we know the tool that we want to use for this research question. The next step is that how can you run one query to get potential maps for this pattern? And in your query, attempt to include the body part noun all at once in one query, one go. Anyone want to share screen or share answer? Yeah, let me share my materials. So for the do we use CQL in concordance? Yes, we do. Another correct answer. The next step is building up the query. Yeah, the search pattern that we use. What would be the search pattern? Yes, Yusreya, I think it will be CQL. Yep. All right. So let me go there. What is it? Is it here? Yeah. Okay, so CQL. Now, can somebody share the thank you, Mohammed. Yeah. What would be the input for this CQL query? Let's say I wait for another 2 minutes until the next 2 minutes to get your answer. And feel free to share screen for this one, because I would like to know how you go about answering this question. Oh, okay. This is answer from Arina. Okay. Word, yep. Right. Yes, we can. This definitely can be done. What Arina shared, you can start with just the body part noun, and then of course, your next step is identify the occurrence via concordance, finding out to the left of the head noun, to the left of the body part context. Yeah, to the left, right? Which line gives you the pattern like poke somebody in the eye. Okay, that is possible. That can be done. Is there any more efficient approach to this? Say you also include the verb in the query as well as the pronoun slot and then the explicit in the word forms, followed by body part noun. that is more narrow search that will give you a narrower and smaller set of data to inspect. Anyone would like to share their answer? What list lemma containing with? What list lemma containing with? No, I'm sorry. It's still in the concordance, and like what I think who said that? April Perez, is it concordance? Yes, it is in the concordance. And then Muhammad said, do we use CQL? Yes, we do use CQL. So we are still in the concordance. So should I spill the answer, or is there anyone wants to share their query? So this is one example of corpus linguistics in action, combining query feature, research question, and then the relevant tool that we need to do, that we need to use so that we get answer to that research question. So we are in the concordance, correct. We are in the CQL, correct. I'll go with English web so that I get larger corpus. Okay, so what I will do is I will use the CQL builder, okay, to build the pattern in here. First, I want to have a lexical verb, okay, so that is a VV tag, I think. Let me check. I forgot what is the anyway, yeah, I think VV. Okay, here it is, Ling Fang. Yeah, so there we go. Here it is. So yep. Okay, so what link, this is like 85% close to what I have in mind. So thank you, Ling Fang. So okay, the verb, lexical verb, but then after lexical verb, what we want is only pronoun. Okay, actually, so I forgot to mention that we want only pronoun. I think, is it mentioned here? Yeah, lexical verb, pronoun, and then in, specifically in, not just any preposition, and then followed by the, okay, and then the body part noun. So to save time, let me just share my answer. What is my CQL builder? Okay, so here it is. I want a verb, and then yeah, verb followed by a pronoun. Here it is. Where is the pronoun? Verb, pronoun, and then I want normal token, which is word, in, And this is from, this is, sorry, this should be tag. This is a preposition. Okay, this is very complex. What happens? Value cannot be empty. Where is empty value? Yeah. So I want verb, pronoun in as a preposition, and then the. Okay. And then here is the word for the body part noun. Where is that body part noun? In the face, body, eye, neck. Face, body, eye, neck, sin, cheek, like that, I think. What else do I have? Stomach, leg, food. Okay, let's do this. Leg, food. Okay. So we have something like slap you in the cheek, shot themselves in the foot, smash him in the face, stab him in the eye. Something like that. Do I have my answer here? Yeah, so this is my answer. VV and then personal pronoun. Yeah, too complex. Sorry. But that's what we have in the exercise. So just to let you practice with the query, okay, and also co-occurrence. No problem if you haven't got this answer now, but the point here is that how we go from the research question goes to the tool and what kind of feature that we need to use to do the search. How you do the search with the query, that's your own issue to solve later on. But that's also part of your own learning. But this is how you do try to answer this kind of research question, okay? And then, of course, when we look at the results, okay, for this tag, query result instance of target word and the results of its word, collocation word. Yeah, I don't know how to do that with API, but you could just download that into Microsoft Excel. Maybe Dr. Pri would know how to do the API later on. So regarding the results, so we see there is more than 100,000 tokens. And there are also verbs that doesn't really indicate physical action, like include, okay? Like see, yeah, not really like stab or shoots or hit or hurt, right? So in this kind of situation, if you have this kind of research question, when you want to know the semantic field of the collocates of the, say, action verb that do certain action towards the body, you still need to, what is that? You still need to download this concordance and then mark which one is relevant token that you need to analyze and which one is not relevant, okay? It goes back to our practice with concordance yesterday, line by line, even though your occurrence pattern is helped with this kind of query, okay? It has a very sophisticated tagging system that you can make use of, but still it will give you results that may not be relevant for your research question that you need to manually weed out, okay? Yeah. Can you directly get the type frequency of the pattern expressing the meaning exerting force action towards somebody's body part? The answer is no. because there are tokens like this one. Include, it's not really an action verb indicating force, okay? And then you need to do further analysis after this one, further processing, or maybe random sampling from this 100,000 tokens, okay? Right. Now this is easier, okay? I would say this should be easier, meaning via collocation. Now we will use the word sketch feature. The idea here is that to analyze qualitatively the meaning of the lemma leak in English based on the collocation feature that appears in the word sketch. Make an initial prediction about what is it that typically leaks, and then later on you will need to check that with the output of the word sketch. You could focus on the output that indicates leak as a verb, okay, and see what is it that leaks, okay, and then think about how many senses or how many meanings that you could postulate for the verb lemma leak in the can we see? Oh yeah, sorry. Let me share the code, this one. So this again, only verb followed by personal pronoun, followed by word in that is preposition, followed by determiner, should be word the, but I don't know why I put tag here. And then followed by the lemma of the body part as a noun. Okay. Yeah. It is complex, but worth your time to study if you are interested in this kind of topic of research, okay? Phraseology of certain lexical items. So, shall we do exercise 4? And then, yeah. And I'll let you do it for, should be around 5 minutes maybe, just to get a sense of how leak is used in the corpus. You can use any corpus that you would like to use. And we are in the word sketch. Here it is. Okay. I would say you can go with the basic, okay? Because the point here is to study the output, not really whether you use advanced or basic feature. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Pri, about your comment about corpus-based research question. So at this point, apparently our research question requires a more sophisticated query method to get the answer. Yeah, because the pattern and the phrase that we are interested in is quite complex. Okay, so has anyone done the meaning by collocation and share their results about their prediction, and also what they see from the results in relation to the meaning of leak as a verb? Let me just pull out that result. Oh, this is brown, sorry. Should be yep. Leak as a verb. Okay. Taat Budiono, thank you. So well, yeah, that's the result. So my question is that, yeah, you can search leak as a verb. That's also possible. Okay. Advance and select leak as a verb. Yeah, that's valid as well. Now, the more important question is that whether your prediction about the meaning of leak and what you see in the results match one another, if I may ask. Like, for instance, Taat Budiono, whether is it something that you will expect or not? Like, document is the biggest size word in this graph that you share. Okay. Memo as well included there. Okay. Is that something that we expect before we run this search? Snowden, okay, it's also there. So from Tat Budiono's result, we see that the predominant collocate of leak as a verb, namely the object of leak, is document. Okay, so that is the most frequent collocates, noun collocates for leak as a verb. And rather than fluid that is leak or your roof that is leak, even though it is there, but quantitatively speaking, it is less prominent, even though that is part of a central sense of leak. I mean, the meaning of leak, but in the corpus, leak is used in this context more frequently, metaphorically. Okay. Of course, document is a paper. It's not a liquid, but it can leak. Okay. Yeah. So we can do that search as well using the advanced, like Muhammad said before, as a verb. Okay, and go. Yeah. So here it is, the results. The interesting part is this one. The object of leak is memo or document, followed by the literal leak, fluid, okay, or roof. Yeah. But this is actually, I'm not sure. Maybe more of adjectival use with a continuous form, like leaking pipes. the pipes that leak. Something like that as well, like this one, leaking oil. All right. So I think we have done this one, which is quite what you typically do with collocation. Okay, maybe you rarely, I don't know, you rarely do something like point number 2, number 3. Okay, but typically people go with collocation and then just inspect the collocates and derive what sense the word express. Now let's do this exercise number 5, still in the word sketch, but now we use the advanced feature, okay, and looking at meaning across text type. We want to know whether text type can influence the meaning of a word. So this text type could be understood broadly as context. Okay, meaning is determined by context. So whether the use of viral in these two text types is different. Okay, you may wonder what kind of corpus that I use. So I use for this exercise, exercise 5, I use the English Web 2021 because it has I think it has the what is that? Here it is. Oh no, there, this one. Yeah, because this corpus has that text type. Okay, here it is in the topic, I think. Yeah. So now, how will you do that? How will you compare the use of viral in these two text types? So basically, you would run 2 searches, I think. Yeah, I would do, if I was given this task, I would search twice. One with culture and entertainment, one search, finish, redo the search with science selected. Thank you, Arina. So that is, yeah. Oh, you use the senses. Where is it? In which text? What is the first? All right. So if we see, if we look at Arina's answer on the chat, so we could predict. Arina didn't tell me which text it is. I would say this one comes from the TikTok one. Okay, this TikTok thing would have come from culture and entertainment. Okay. Yeah. And then the RNA shedding genome, it would have come from the science text topic. Okay. Is that correct, Arina? Yeah. Okay, so at least from these results, okay, the same word viral, 2 different text types, 2 different text genres, text topics, they generate different occurrence that indicates different use of viral. So in the science, the viral is used in its literal sense, which is coming from virus, okay, viral, spreading like a virus. And in the culture, viral is used in its non-literal sense, in the sense of becoming widely known kind of thing, widespread kind of thing. Okay, it's not really a virus, but it is like a virus. Okay, so that's the point for exercise number 5. you see meaning by collocation by taking into account text types that can trigger meaning distinction of the same word. All right, so we still have 5 more minutes. I'm not sure whether you want to do this or not, but maybe I will just stop here. You do it yourself in your own time for exercise 6, and I will stop here, Dr. Pri, and let any comments or discussion be made in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's time to ask questions if you still have any in these 5 minutes. Feel free to share your thoughts as well. Or if you want to ask Dr. Gede to repeat some specific parts of the presentation.
I mean, basically, the point here is to practice. So yeah. So if there is any question.
So I'm just wondering if any of the participants have tried working on sketch engines, Cobra, in languages other than English. So what do you think of the sketch engine corpus in non-English language like Chinese, Japanese, or Korean, perhaps? To my understanding, sketch engine does not have corpus on Indonesian local languages like Javanese, Balinese, or other languages, right?
You asked me, sorry.
Yeah, anyone.
Yeah.
Maybe you included.
I was zooming out.
Waiting for the question. Okay, just focus on the questions first, maybe.
We look at the lemma leak. Make an what is that?
Yeah, the questions are missing. I think I saw some questions or comments.
Yeah. Just wondering if we can create our own corpus in Sketch Engine and run through the things we did today. If yes, how? I think we can, if you
Yes.
remember, but I forgot. Sorry about that because I don't use Sketch Engine. But I think it's possible. We learned about that last year to upload our own corpus, I think.
Last year we used Skippy Web, not Sketch Engine. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's a different one.
sorry, in our context with people
Oh,
from
this one. You
yeah,
mean Muhammad Daniel's question? Yes, it is possible. So you can create your own corpus. If you use the free trial version, you have like up to 1 million. But if you subscribe, if you pay for the subscription, you can buy more spaces. So it depends on how many words in your corpus or corpora.
Yes, we can. We can. So basically, you can do whatever we did today. Of course, the variable will be different, namely the language itself. But the basic idea of like finding collocation via concordance, that's a very generic idea. Comparing collocates of different text types, that is a very generic idea. And the other exercise is basically generalizable to different corpus, I guess. I'm not sure about Japanese corpus or something like that.
If you want to compare subcorpora, then you need to have your corpus marked with XML tags to indicate that these tags are this domain and these tags are in different domain. Alternatively, you can do that in Sketch Engine if you don't know XML. So it's quite convenient actually.
All right. So Muhammad Adil Khan, what could be your suggestion to beginner student in the area of corpus linguistics? So how can I do research in this field? My suggestion is that you need to read a lot. That's my experience. If there is a mentor that you can ask, in your university, that would be really helpful. I didn't have that opportunity before, so fully relying on myself up until my doctoral degree. And I think nowadays there are a lot of resources online, I believe, right, Dr. Pri, in YouTube or internet,
Yes.
where you can find information about corpus. And you could start simple. That's what I would suggest my student. Start very simple that you already learn right now. Say now you extend the collocation into different data sets. That's a very good start, I think. Just to see whether you can bring this into different data, but with the same idea, like finding collocation in the concordance, for instance. That's a very basic. I think that's a good exercise, collocation via concordance, because it trains your linguistic knowledge, not only the know how to click here and there with this corpus tool. So that's a good practice, I think. That's how I started, collocation via concordance, if you are interested in collocation.
Another alternative is to attend Dipscorling 2025 next year, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe is it a convenient time to close the session?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, over to the host.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Gedebri Mahadi, for your excellent presentation. And today's session was definitely very fun and insightful as well, with all the practices. And it seems that everyone also enjoyed the session. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating as well. And before we leave the meeting, everyone, we would like to inform you a few things. Right, so first, we have actually distributed the attendance list for today's session. So if you have not marked down your attendance, please do so, because we will let the form open for about a few more minutes. Yes, and if you still have any questions for our keynote speaker, or if there's any question left unanswered, you can let us know and we will forward your question to our keynote speaker. Or alternatively, you can email our keynote speakers directly. The email is present in the CV. And also third, all the presentation files from our all keynote speakers from day 1 until day 6, linked to the recordings of the past sessions, and all relevant materials will be distributed to the Dipscorling Google Drive that have already shared to your email. And all of the materials also will be uploaded completely after our summer course finish. And tomorrow we will bring to you the Diponegoro special lecture. And for this lecture, we are happy to welcome once again Dr. Niall Curry from Manchester Metropolitan University, United Kingdom. So make sure that you come on time at 3 p.m. Jakarta time to join us for more insightful linguistic sessions. So everyone, see you tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gede.
Corpus linguistics, where
See
we all
you
begin.
tomorrow.
Summer
See you
course
tomorrow, everyone.
to explore, unlocking language and so much more. Dipscorling 2024. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In the world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling, it's our time. Let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Welcome to Dipscorling, let's dive in. Corpus linguistics, where we all begin. Summer course, knowledge to explore, unlocking language and so much more. Dipscorling 2024. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling 2020 tour. Together we learn, together we soar. From data to insights, join the ride. In a world of words, let's take a stride. Dipscorling, it's our time, let's make discoveries word by word, line by line. Dipscorling, it's our time, let's make discoveries word by word, line by line.